Every dollar that I make, I put back into my woodworking business and reinvest it somehow. And in this video, I'm going to describe how I'm reinvesting into the climate control situation within my shop and ultimately improve my woodworking experience within my business. I made two investments. One is I bought an infrared heater, and secondly, I've insulated the crawl space above my head. So let's start with the insulation. Last winter, I was using the shop. I had the crawl space above my head. It was uninsulated, and as a result, the temperature within my shop got down to 35 degrees on many nights. Sometimes it got down below freezing on other nights, and that's really cold to work in. You're not supposed to wear gloves when doing woodworking. So if you think of your bare hands working in 32-degree weather, it is not at all comfortable. Whereas now, by applying insulation to that crawl space, I am now trapping the heat I'm already paying for, and the temperature has risen by about 5 to 7 degrees. So I think the coldest night that's been in my shop so far was about 37 degrees. On most nights, it's between 40 and 42 degrees. You might hear that and think, well, that's still not very warm. That's not much of an improvement. But again, I will take 5 to 7 degrees where I can take it, or wherever I can get it. And again, I'm just trapping heat I'm already paying for anyway. So it makes me feel a lot better about the climate control situation within my shop. But not only that, being able to raise or keep the temperature of the shop warmer for longer could mean the difference between being able to apply a finish to a project versus not. A lot of stains or a lot of polyurethanes will say, it needs to be at least 55 degrees in the work area that you're working in order to be able to apply that finish. And if it's a warmer night and it means the difference between 50 degrees and 55 degrees within my shop, I will take the extra 5 degrees so that I can actually apply a finish to whatever project I'm working on. So definitely, I will take it where I can get it. So that was one improvement. Another improvement or another reinvestment is this infrared heater. So I purchased this infrared heater. It's not terribly large, but then again, I don't need something that's very large for my personal needs. So I went with an infrared heater instead of a more traditional space heater for a few reasons. So a more traditional space heater that is just circulating hot air didn't make sense to me for probably 3 reasons. Number one is circulating air that has fine sawdust particles within the air, and having those sawdust particles land next to a heating element constantly didn't seem very safe to me, and didn't seem like a very good idea. So that would be one reason not to go with a general space heater. Number two is my shop is actually part of a larger garage, and in order to heat up my shop, that would mean I would need to heat up the entire garage, heat up all the air within the garage, and that didn't seem to me to be very energy efficient. So that'd be another reason not to go that route. And number three, maybe kind of a silly reason, but still a reason nonetheless. It didn't make sense to me to heat up my entire garage while at the same time I've got a deep freeze refrigerator around the corner, trying to remove heat out of my food and keep the food cold. And just the idea of having those two machines constantly working against each other felt a little bit silly to me, but I think the first two reasons are the really good reasons for why I would go with an infrared heater. So what is an infrared heater? This is an infrared heater. It's basically a heat flashlight. Let me turn this on. Look at that. So this is shining infrared rays wherever I'm aiming it. And this is the sort of thing that you see on the patios of restaurants, maybe not quite that bright, but it's those heaters that you see mounted from the ceilings shining at the tables, and you feel the warmth without any circulating air. That's what this is. It's shooting the infrared rays. I don't know what you'd call them, but using infrared light to heat up whatever it's pointing at, which is exactly what I need, because it's not about heating up the air around me. It's about heating up wherever I'm standing. I'm typically standing behind my table saw blade, or I'm standing right where I am, making some cut with my circular saw, making some cut with a handsaw, or doing some sanding or staining. And I can just put this on the wall such that no matter where I'm standing within my shop, I can feel a lot of that heat from that infrared heater. And that's exactly what I need. And the bonus is whatever heat is it is kind of forming around me and heating up the air around me. The bonus is I've got insulation above my head, and now it's trapping that heat as well. So hopefully these two reinvestments will do wonders for my own comfort within my shop, and I will be able to come out here more often on these cold winter nights and build some more projects. So thanks for listening.